Hey, sweet soul, welcome back to Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. My name is Raileigh. Today's message is you hear and see God everywhere. And I'd like to check in and talk about this every now and then if you're watching my channel, because I want to make sure that you understand when I talk about God, I'm talking about just a higher love that is guiding us, all of us. And many of us channel in different ways in which we speak with God. We have different messengers and spiritual guides who come in and speak to us, whether that's an ancestor that's passed or one that wants to connect with us from our lineage that is important for us to know in this life in order to fulfill our soul mission. Some of us connect with animal guides, and that helps us embody aspects of our divinity that is important, again, to fulfill that soul mission. And some of us work with angels, specific ones that come in and remind us of who we are and how loved we are. They protect us. And so sometimes I'll say God, and when I say God, I'm just talking about loving higher guidance. Some people refer to God as the soul. And if you refer to God as the soul, then we understand that we are all God. We're all connected as one. We are part of Source. We are an interconnected network of spirits in human bodies here to remember certain things, to again raise consciousness, which I always talk about, and to learn things, to teach things, and ultimately here to bring more peace on planet Earth. So I hope this helps people who come to this channel feel safe here. That if you get on a call with me or if you're watching a video, that you are channeling the voice of love however it needs to come to you, whether that's through Christ or the Buddha, different goddesses. My mama is Oshun, I know that for sure. And I want to speak to you too if you're like me and you're recognizing you are a guide in the flesh on earth, then you're also here to help communicate to people in a way that they can receive. So sometimes I get upset when people only comment about Jesus, for example. Even though I know Jesus and I love Jesus, sometimes that can be hurtful to other people who come in who may have just had to leave a really evil, corrupted church that used the word of Jesus in order to manipulate them. So that doesn't create a welcoming environment of anyone who's on this spiritual path, who's seeking to embody and to learn more love. It might block them. So I speak to the universal spirit. I speak with the tongue of love. I like to say, well, I am a published author and a poet. I believe poetry is a prayer for so many people in a way that doesn't lock into one's religion or spirituality. Sometimes it's just human connection and sharing our stories, because there's the ego that comes in with many spiritual people of, oh, I know more, I'm more enlightened. How I communicate who and what the divine is more elevated. And that's something I want to help diffuse also in our community, that yes, all of us are very spiritual. There's different ways to understand what God is, to explain what God is, and we all have different tools and ways of doing that are each very important and very unique. And again, if you're like me and maybe you're trying to find your voice and your purpose, how is it that you're communicating your downloads, your spiritual knowledge to other people, and you feel that there's too much of that in the world, that there's no room for you out here? There certainly is. There are billions of people on this planet, and each and every one of us starseeds and guides in the flesh are appointed to different communities and different people at all times. Again, we are that interconnected network. So of course there's room for you. And everyone has that potential and that capacity in order to channel and speak to God, So if you watch people that you really admire on the internet who seem like there's something only special about them, I can never reach within myself and I have to go to them in order to learn about the divine, about the universe, that's a false illusion. So I want to hold accountable guides, and even ones that I look up to make sure that people know when they're listening that they can also be a portal. They are the portal. And that's why we are moving out of church scenes, religion. I'm not saying that religion is bad. I have been in religion and it's been really helpful for me to provide structure in my life, to have a sense of home and safety. But being a spiritual person, you're often someone who's going through so many chapters and adventures in your life. You're often probably on the move, and you do this in order to embody wisdom. This is how you channel. This is how you get downloads. You're in nature. You're meeting new people. You're learning new medicines around the world. And that's a really special way to live life. It's a very brave way to live life, and it's not everyone's calling to live that way. So if you see and hear God everywhere, and maybe it frustrates you that not everyone can communicate with you or meet you where you are, that they have to put God in a specific box in order to feel safe and comfortable, just know that allow them that space. It is your job as a spiritual guide and a leader in this dimension to speak to people where they are in their spirituality, or if they are in religion, or if they don't believe in anything at all. Can you still have a heart-to-heart connection with them? And hopefully you understand at this point, it's not about convincing people to define God as you define it, but just every opportunity you have in connection with someone else. Anytime you have even a passing conversation, you are seeding a vibration of love and hope and inspiration and empowerment, peace, abundance into someone else. And that is who we are. That's all we're here to do. So we can get as philosophical as we want. We can have all the spiritual jargon and dialogue that we want. And still, that's not what's going to convince people that they need to listen to you. It's not about that. Again, it's about shared human connection. And if you have the openness to do that, if you are truly ready to connect with people in this way, no ego, nothing like that, then you are truly here on this path in a very authentic way. And I'm praying for you that more people have the privilege and the honor to get to experience how you share the message of the divine through your life. And just thank you for having the courage to speak it. That when you're in new spaces around people who don't even know you, that you speak life and love into the atmosphere. That you do something silly, that you break the tension that people have. You help people shed fear, because that's where most people are. We fall into that vibration, and it's so refreshing and so lovely when someone can come in and just take that out of the room. And that's your gift. And the more that you tap in and you allow people to experience how healing you are, the more you're going to elevate on this path. Whatever gifts come with it, the universe will send you so many different kinds of gifts. The more that you honor your divinity and your soul mission. So if that resonates, I hope you found this helpful. I hope you find it encouraging. I'd love to hear how you are witnessing the miracles and blessings of the divine in your life right now in the comments, which, so sorry, I didn't realize YouTube was holding comments, because sometimes I have to filter them. Again, if I want to provide a sacred space for anyone to comment and feel welcome here, to explore, to communicate and meet other people, then I have to really take out a lot of comments. So I would love to hear from you. Leave a positive message below. Make sure that anytime you comment, it's a blessing for someone else. I love reading poetry as well, so you can feel free to email me your work. I would love to read it. And if you need help at this time in any way, please reach out. ConsciousLifestyleCoaching.com. I have a blog you can check in. Subscribe to the newsletter if you want to really stay in touch on this journey, no matter how far we go. Whether I'm here on YouTube or not, I am always still connected in some way, and the newsletter is the best way to get in touch about retreats that are upcoming, more events, ascension seminars. I'll be doing those again when Spirit tells me to. And the energy readings, monthly energy readings, have been coming out. I've done 2 of them. If you guys like them, I'll keep it up. So let me know what you guys need, and I wish you so much peace and love. Continue to keep your eyes open and your heart full at this time, and just again, thank you for being the beautiful soul that you are. I'll see you in the next video.